All right, so look, getting in your best shape in your 40s. All right, what is going to be different in your workout routine? Um, to be honest, with my clients, the one you see in the thumbnail, not that much, not that much. There's this thing when men reach 30s, right? Their testosterone goes on a little decline. It starts dropping, and I know there's a lot of promotion of TRT. Not that it's a bad thing. Not that I'm not promoting it, but if you're not training with TRT, what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do differently? By the way, if your doctor recommends you have to take TRT, then go for it, right? It is phenomenal. I've seen people get great results, right? It's going to help with obviously it's testosterone, right? It's steroids, it's anabolic. So it's going to help you lose weight. It's going to help you build muscles. Even going to could help you with your mood as well. But yeah, what I actually do with clients in their 40s is a drop in the frequency in sessions. We would actually do less sessions. This particular guy that I have on the thumbnail, Chris, right? We would train 4 times a week. Some days, some weeks, even 3 times a week. 3 times a week. We would train 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on. And then it depends on the flexibility of his career, on his family. Some days we would train 2 days on, 1 day off, and then 1 day on again, and then he has off, right? It's also very important to understand when we train. Now, I've said this before, if you watch one of my videos, when we train, we stimulate muscle growth, right? We damage the muscles so that they can rebuild. Most people do know about that. So in your recovery is actually when we build the muscle, right? We build muscle in our recovery. The other thing that changes, right, is just a little bit with the nutrition. Now, there's going to be a debate about this as well, right? People will debate it. I don't care. You can use whatever works for you. The best diet is the diet you can follow. Okay. So what we'll do is the protein would be 60% of the calories, okay, of his daily calorie intake. And then the other energy sources, the other macronutrients, the fats would be 20% and the carbohydrates would be 20%. So that would change. But the workouts stay the same, right? The workouts stay the same. Yes, we will look out maybe a little bit more. We won't do as heavy weights. There's a little fine twitches that we do. For instance, we would go to failure, okay, on a weight that the client can do perfectly. Say, for instance, leg extensions. I like using leg extensions. You go up, right? Explosive on the concentric, bang, right? You squeeze it 1 or 2 seconds and then slowly down. At the bottom, you can give it a nice deep stretch and bang, right? Bang. And you do that until you can't do a single freaking rep more. Until the legs are toast, right? Until there's nothing anymore. Then what we do, right? We would do immediate drop set, all right? Immediate drop set. Let's say it's 80 pounds, okay? You can't do any more with the 80 pounds. 80 pounds doesn't sound a lot. If you do it this way, it becomes very freaking difficult. We would go half, right? 40 pounds. If you can't go up and down with the 80 pounds, we go to 40 pounds. Then we would change the whole tempo of it, right? You're going to feel the lactic acid, and we'll go for 20 reps. Bah, bah, bah. Now, usually the client wouldn't even get to 20 reps or 15 reps. It would go to the next drop set would be failure as well. Now, building up to those failure sets, I like to do high volume warm-ups. I would do 2 or 1 set that's high volume, maybe 20 reps, maybe 25 reps, all right, just to build up. Now, the thing that I have in my mind for the warm-up is not just to warm up the muscle. We don't really do a lot of stretching. We'll do maybe some dynamic movements, but when we warm up with the exercise that we're gonna do, right? If the exercise of leg extensions, then we will do 1 or 2 sets, warm-up sets for the leg extension. All right. But yeah, that's our warm-up. And also, I want to get the client, I want to give him a good pump. Right? He needs to feel the muscle. He needs to connect with the muscle. So that's why I'm doing 20 to 25 reps. Right? And it's not heavy. So it's also not going to take a lot of his energy. Right? I'll do 1 set, and then a second set will be a little bit heavier, and then the third set is the real set. Now, one thing that definitely does not change, okay, definitely does not change, is the cardio. I've told you guys this before. Again, if you follow my content, you know how I feel about cardio and hypertrophy weight training, right? Building for muscle. It's a marriage, right? I would not have a client neglect cardio or neglect weight training. I know this is out there. People hating on cardio, it's useless or it doesn't work. I do not neglect cardio. Remember this, right? Just for general heart health. Don't even think about energy expenditure. Just for general freaking heart health. We need about 150 minutes of cardio per week just for general heart health. Okay? So what we'll do is, with the clients, we try to get 10,000 steps or sometimes even more, right? Okay, so this is going to depend on the client though, right? Some clients just can't get to it. They can't get to that frequency, that volume of steps, maybe because of their work or something like that. We advise 20 to 40 minutes of cardio is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Usually you get to 10,000 steps and anyways, depending on how fast you walk. But that stays the same. Guys, one thing about the cardio as well, even if you have off days, even if you have off days from the gym, the cardio is still a requirement every single day. Every single day, Monday to Sunday. Monday to Sunday, I'll let my clients take walks. Right? It could be any time. Could be in the morning first thing. Could be when they get home from the work. Could be just before gym. I think also the thing about walking that I like walking, particularly zone 2 cardio, right? I like walking. Bicycle is fine. Cycling is fine. Anything that you can put earphones in, right? And you can also get motivated. You get ready for the day. So that's about it, right? Nothing really changes. Nothing really changes apart from the frequency will be a little bit lower. All right, the client will train a little bit lighter, but it will still be hard. It will just be hard in a different way. Now, coming to supplements. So this is gonna depend, okay? I'm not really a fan of any, so to say, test builders or something like that, because I'm not really sure if they really do that, right? If they really do that. So I don't really provide that. I don't really recommend it. But there are free supplements, 2 supplements actually. It's going to be whey protein, it's going to be creatine that I always recommend. And I know creatine is getting a bad rep. It's like if you take it, it's like a Naplin or something, or super anadrol. It's like your liver is just going to explode, or your kidneys are going to die or something. It's not really like that, man. Drink a lot of water. It's gonna volumize the muscles, right? It's going to help you with strength, ATP production, very great supplement, and whey protein. Maybe you can have an extra BCAAs or amino acids with your creatine, like first thing in the morning and after a workout. It's not really needed. For me, if you have the whey protein, I don't really care about the BCAAs because the whey protein anyways, right? The protein turns into amino acids in the body, so it's anyways there. But if you need a little bit extra, that can work. You can do a CLA, right? Those fats that the body don't get. You can take that, that's fine. But for the most part, only those 2, right? Only those 2. I still do. ZMA is not bad neither. But for building muscle, those 2, for me, is the most effective, right? If you're natural. But the thing is, guys, those are only the key is in the word supplements, dietary supplements, right? It supplements your diet, right? So if your diet is out of whack, you're eating high calories foods, crappy foods, okay? It's not gonna work, right? It's not gonna work. Now the steps that you take and the cardio you take, that's why I like the cardio, the energy expenditure. It could lower that amount a little bit, but you're not going to get that rapid weight loss, fat loss that you will get if your diet was perfect. No diet's really perfect, by the way. I just mean if you're not eating bullshit. Here's another thing, guys, and this is for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're 40 or freaking 30, 20. The weekends matter. Okay, you can screw a whole week up with a bad weekend. Okay. You can screw a whole week up with a bad weekend. So even though I let clients take doesn't have to be a cheat really, it doesn't have to be a cheat, but where they, what you call it? Okay, let's call it cheat meal. Okay, um, guys, you gotta watch out for that too. You can't go overboard. You can't go overboard with a cheat meal neither. One cheat meal is fine. It doesn't have to be the whole weekend, right? It doesn't have to be the whole weekend. Cheat meals and drinking and alcohol and all this stuff, and you're not training, no energy expenditure, nothing. So the weekends do matter, all right? But that is for everyone. That's not just because you're 40 or, nothing changes, okay, with the weekends. Doesn't matter if you're young, old, okay? The weekends matter. Have to be disciplined. So yeah, guys, that is what we do.